New developments in the Scott Peterson case. This morning, a former California fire official who says key evidence wasn't properly investigated is speaking exclusively at ABC News for the first time since the Los Angeles Innocence Project took on the case. Kana Whitworth is in LA with the story. Good morning, Kana.
George, good morning to you. Bryan Spitulski led the investigation into that burned van near the Peterson home. And he tells me that he was shocked that he never heard from the prosecution or the defense at the time of the trial. And now the LA Innocence Project claims that the evidence was never disclosed to the defense. And now they want it revisited. This morning, an ABC News exclusive. A former fire investigator speaking for the first time since that bombshell filing in the Scott Peterson case about the potential of new evidence.
This has always been one of those things that kind of sits in the back of your head and kind of bugs you a little bit, and you kind of wonder why this didn't happen or why it wasn't brought up.
Nearly 2 decades after Scott Peterson was convicted of murdering his pregnant wife, Lacey, the Los Angeles Innocence Project demanding the case be reevaluated, largely hinging on information from then Modesto Fire investigator Bryan Spitulski. Spitulski investigating this burned-out van found the morning after Lacey disappeared in December 2002, located less than a mile from the Peterson home. Lawyers from the Los Angeles Innocence Project now zeroing in on evidence from a mattress in the back of that van with a red and brown stain on it.
You have this woman, she's 8 months pregnant, she's missing, this van is of high interest, and now a sample from a mattress on that van has tested presumptive positive for blood. What were you thinking in that moment?
You know, I don't know that I was tying the moment to Lacey. I was more tying the moment that it was human blood. It made it like this was much more important than just a burned vehicle that somebody was just wanting to get rid of or cover up a simple crime.
In a court filing, lawyers say DNA testing done on a small portion of that mattress several years later was insufficient to determine whether DNA from Lacey or their unborn son was present.
You feel strongly that this evidence should be reassessed?
Absolutely, especially if we've got sample that can still be tested.
Lacey's disappearance captivated the country. Suspicion against Scott already mounting when his then-girlfriend, Amber Fry, came forward about their affair. Prosecutors later arguing Scott's motive for killing Lacey was for a $250,000 life insurance policy. A jury siding with the prosecution in 2004, convicting Scott of first-degree murder for the death of Lacey and second-degree murder for the death of their unborn son, Connor.
I don't have an agenda or an opinion on his guilt or his innocence. This is, for me, it's a fire investigation in a vehicle that has blood, possible blood, on the mattress. And that right there is important.
Former ABC News investigative producer Mike Gudgel has followed the case from the beginning.
I think it's still a mystery. The trial verdict was sort of unsatisfactory. It didn't say what really happened to Lacey. And I think even the prosecution conceded that during the trial.
Bryan Spitulski now works as a private fire investigator, but says the case has left a mark on him.
Is this the one that sometimes keeps you up at night?
Absolutely.
Now, the Stanislaus District Attorney told us in a statement, in part, that Peterson's conviction was upheld as recently as 2022, adding they can't comment further as litigation is pending. But you guys, the LA Innocence Project says that sensitive testing today could provide more information. Guys.
All right, Kana, really fascinating stuff that all these years later, there still seems to be a question. Kana, thank you.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.